we will start our webinar. So everyone, my name is Janet Naklia. I'm a programs manager with Alberta Recreation and Parks Association. I'm very pleased to be introducing our session today. It's called The Power of Song, and we have a guest speaker, Spike Eaglespeaker Jr. There is Spike. It's a huge honor to have him here with us today. He has been part of ARPA's reconciliation journey. He's been working with us for a few years now. And he has, one of the major things, he's the holder and the creator of our ARPA honor song, which is a huge honor for us to have him here today to talk about things. So I just wanted to first welcome you to this series. We are doing this as part of our Okotok Indigenous River Camp online programming that we do here. So this is open to all community and to the youth, and we're bringing everything here with us today. So I'll let Spike introduce himself, but I will just do a quick introduction. So Spike is Blackfoot. He's from the Siksika Nation. And I just want to acknowledge the fact that I am here today in Treaty 7. We're out in the country in a rural area by Layelta. So we are very close to the Siksika Nation, and this would have been the traditional territory. This still is the traditional territory. And there would have been a lot of activity within the area we're at right now. So we're very pleased and honored to be here today. So what I want to do is I'm going to offer Spike Tobacco to start with us today. This is a special session based on songs. So people have come to us and asked us, what's a song? What's a powwow song? What is your honor song? Who can create the songs, and what does it all mean? And so we have invited Spike today because he has that very privilege, the honor of holding the rights to do these things. So I'm going to offer him tobacco as our elder here today to respect the privileges that he has and the rights to that. And I'm going to turn it over to Spike because he's the one we want to hear from today. So I'm going to do that. I will offer you this tobacco. Thank you for being here today. And I can't wait to hear the sharings and the learnings you have for us today. And I'll turn it over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Like Janet said, my name's Spike Eaglespeaker Jr. I got to add junior in there because there's a senior, and well, that's a different story. But yeah, I'm a junior. Here to share a little bit about what I was taught as a singer. The teachings that have been passed down to me and sharing. Sorry, I forgot to put the mic. I don't know if that's better. Just some of the stuff that I was taught growing up. That was, like I said, was passed down to me from my my father, my grandfather, my uncles, and just family members. A little bit about myself. Like Janet said, I'm from Siksika Nation. I was born and raised in Seattle, Washington, and I'm a very proud Blackfoot man. I love my ways, and I respect everything that I was taught. In our ways, we're given rights to do certain things and to teach certain things. And in our ways, having transferred rights are given, or having the rights given to you by one of our elders or somebody that has done this before me, is a real big honor, and it's a real big thing it's not an overnight thing. It's something that all the stuff that I will talk about today is stuff that was passed down to me, and I was given the rights to do them. What I'm trying to say is I never learned them overnight. It was teachings that I learned from when I was 6, 7 years old, watching my grandfather, watching my dad. Everything that I'm going to talk about today, anybody could learn it. There'll be a few certain things I'll talk about, just certain people could sing. But for the most part, the social part of singing, as opposed to the ceremonial part, the stuff I talk about in the social, anybody could learn it. Any of the songs I sing today, that if you guys want to sing along, if you don't, go ahead. It's fine. And in some ways, I guess right now I'm giving you guys the rights to sing the songs where you're at right now, if you learn them, right? Because I was given those rights, so in return, I'm able to let other people do that. So any of the social songs that I'm singing is, by all means, sing them. If you can learn them, go ahead. It's fine. Myself, I started singing when I was about. I remember being around the drum all my life from a little kid at powwows. My dad and them singing. My name, the Eaglespeaker name, originates around North Dakota, the Lakota Sioux in North Dakota. So from down there, we have a long line of singers that have had big accomplishments in the world, in powwows. Just like in any other competition, we have some groups and people that really excel in there, and I'm just fortunate to be part of a family that has a really big name in our world, in our singing world. So my singing goes way back to long time ago. The songs that I've learned, and I'll talk about a bit more about that in a bit. But so that's where my singing comes from. And then from our Siksika Nation, there's on that side of the family, my mom's side of the family, same thing. There's a long list of singers going back to Blackfoot A1 Club that went and sang in Germany back in the 60s, 70s, opened up back in the 80s. They had an expo in Vancouver. My uncle's was the group that opened up that big expo they had. I think it was like 86 or something. I can't remember the exact date. So on both sides of my family, I was meant to be a singer. I've loved singing all my life. I sing anything. There's a lot of people not just in the Blackfoots, but the Crees, the Sioux. There's a lot of teachers that, I don't want to say they teach wrong, but they teach in a way to where their way is the right way. And if you're part of that tribe, that's all you sing. And for me, it's not like that. It's because I love singing so much. I taught myself to sing any style. So when it comes to our singing, social singing, powwow singing, I've taught myself to sing every style there is out there. There's a few other styles that and these styles, you can find them on YouTube. Like there's, I'll mention some group names and stuff like that. And if you guys want to check them out, by all means, watch them. But there's different styles of singing. The style that I grew up singing is called the Blackfoot style. And the reason why it's called Blackfoot style is because we have, as Blackfoot people, we have the chicken dance, the men's prairie chicken dance comes right from my tribe. Now, there's a lot of tribes that dance this style, but it originates here in Blackfoot territory. And there's certain songs and stuff that go with that. And I'll share that style of song with you guys also too today. But myself, I come from a group called Blackfoot Confederacy. We're made up of singers from all the tribes, Siksika, Gaina, Pikani, Sutina, and Umskapi Pikani. We call that the Southern Blackfoots. That's in northern Montana, Browning. They're Blackfeet. So we put together a group in the early 2000s just to honor our territory, and that's what we took the name Blackfoot Confederacy. Now, singing with these guys, I've traveled all over. I've been to celebrations from east to west coast, and even just being in powwow in general. I've traveled all these places. So with that Blackfoot style singing, it has different beats, and I think we did a video last time we did a video. I talked about the different style and beats, and if you missed that one, Janet danced. She was awesome, and she did a really good job with that. With the songs that I'm going to sing today, like I said, they're okay. Anybody could sing them. You know, you could sing them if you want. I'll let you know which ones are songs that only certain people can sing. I won't get too much into the ceremonial side of singing, because I don't want to make it rain, or I just figured what I'm going to sing to you guys today is just songs of the people, I guess you could call them, Nititipi, real peoples. In our language, we call people that live that humble life, that walk, the straight road, just the healthy road. We call ourselves Nititipi. Like I said, I'm from Siksika, and the name is Blackfoot, right? We're Blackfoot Indians, but in our language we say Siksika. But ask any elder or any member of the reserve, and they're going to tell you that they're Nititipi. That's what we grew up being taught, that we're the real people. Now that's a whole different session we could go into, but we'll just leave it at that. My singing has brought me many places. Like, I've seen so many places that I wouldn't normally see through just not singing, I guess. I mean, I've been to Switzerland. I sang in Switzerland. We did some performances over there, and I ate a $300 piece of chocolate. I didn't know chocolate. It was like this big, and you're supposed to like cut it and flake it, and it was chocolate. I just ate the whole thing, and I didn't know it was $300, but they didn't charge me for it. It was a gift. So yeah, I sang there. I've been to Australia, like just places outside of Canada and the US, Mexico. And then also here, I've had the honor and privilege to sing for real honorable people. In 2008, President Obama was making his rounds, and he was in North Dakota, and I was fortunate enough to be able to sing with my family that I talked about down there. We sang him off the plane and right into the Civic Center there in Newtown. And so, and this is when he was running for president. So I could say I sang for president, and then just all over North America, there's celebrations from New York State to Washington State, from Victoria to Nova Scotia. There's powwows. Anywhere there's Indians, there's powwows, there's celebration. Now, I was told once, I've been called everything. I've been called Indigenous. I've been called Aboriginal. I've been called everything. So people always ask me, what do you refer to yourself as? And like I said, I talk about being Nititipi, but the main, I don't get offended when people call me an Indian. The reason why I don't get offended when people call me an Indian is because my grandpa said, "You're an Indian." So I don't argue with my grandpa, so I'm an Indian, right? So I ran into this where people are always asking me that, right? And they give me all the downfalls and all the of being called that, right? Being I guess the word nowadays is colonialized or right? So they're always colonized. That's the word there. And to me, Indigenous, Aboriginal, those are more colonized words than the word Indian to me, right? Because they're new, right? Like my daughter is 4 years old, and I don't want her to be confused, because every corner she turns, she's either a native or an Aboriginal or Indigenous. So I just keep it simple, and I'm an Indian, right? So, and there's nothing wrong with calling me that, right? There's some people get offended, so maybe be careful with some of those people. But like I said, my grandpa says I'm an Indian, so I'm going to be an Indian. So traveling throughout North America, hitting all these different celebrations, I've learned different styles and I've learned different songs. I can't put a number on how many songs that I actually know. All I know is that I know how to sing. It's, like I said, keep it simple. I know how to sing. So Janet talked about a song that I made that I hold for the Alberta Parks, and it's an honor song. Anything that we do in the Blackfoot culture, like I said, everything I'm talking about is what I was taught through Blackfoot. Is the Blackfoot way. These are the ways I was taught as a Blackfoot, and these are the things that were passed down to me to share with other people. So I'm not going to be talking about the Crees or the Sioux. I'm talking about the Blackfoots and the way I was taught. You know, not even the way my neighbor was taught, or my cousins the way they were taught, or other people that I sing with. I'm just strictly talking about what I was taught and what I'm able to pass down. I was taught not to add on, not to take away stuff. Just teach it how I was taught. So with the honor songs, in our ways, there's certain people that are able to make songs, and it's something that's, I wouldn't say I can't sit down and teach somebody how to make a song. I could show them my songs, and I could tell them the story behind my songs, and that's about it. I can't sit down and write it out for somebody to say, this is the proper way, the way you're going to make a song. Because when you sing, singing comes from your heart, right? That the songs that we're taught ain't brand new. The songs that I sing, that I come out and people find them to be new songs. To me, they're just songs and sounds that my ancestors sang hundreds and thousands of years ago. The song that they made then was strong enough to make its way all the way through and echo through time to me, to my ear, so I could sing it again, to keep this song alive. So I believe that songs were songs that made long time ago, and it just flowed through time and into somebody else's heart and where they were meant to be. So when I never knew I was going to be a songmaker. I always knew I was going to be a singer. I never knew I was going to be a songmaker. But sometimes I'll just sing and something will come out that I've never heard before. And that's how I know it's a new song. But now doing it for so many years, like I started singing when I was 10 years old. So I've been singing about 30 years now. And like I said, I've sang everywhere, sang for different people. But the song that, when it comes to honor songs, our people, our Blackfoot people, everything we do is capped off with a song. If we're going to honor one of our chiefs, we have a chief song. If we're going to honor our princesses and our royalty, we have a song for that too. So these honor songs are made specifically for either a person or a group, right? So in this case, the song was made for all of the, for ARPA to use in any of their gatherings. We honor our people and the accomplishments of people with song. Right? One thing that I've been really big on is singing is medicine. That's one thing that I've really got into in the last, I guess, year or so, to really strongly believe that singing is medicine. Singing helps in any times that you've been in. I've been through a tough time in the last month or so, losing family members, my brother, my grandma. And, you know, what I could honestly say that got me through is singing. My drum, you know, I always call my drum my best friend because I take him everywhere with me. Everywhere I go, he's with me. And even if I'm just going to the store to gas up or just going for a drive, he's there. Because I never know when a song's gonna come, or when one of these songs that talk about echoing through time is gonna hit me. I never know when it's gonna hit me or where it's gonna hit. So it's just always best to always just have my drum with me, and it's just a habit that I've always had. So the song that I made for ARPA, it was it's kind of a funny story because I was asked, and I sat back, and I sit back sometimes, and I really, really try and make a song. I'm gonna sit down and grab my drum. Excuse me. Got my drumstick, got my drink, got some water, and I sit down, and I'm gonna sit down, and I tell myself, okay, let's make a song. And I start hitting my drum. Take my drum on, I start hitting it, and sometimes I'm doing that for about half hour, nothing comes out. So I just sing songs I already know, and then, but it's those odd times that, with the tobacco that was given to me, that's a protocol, right? That's one of the proper protocols that we have when you approach somebody that's a song holder or a song maker or an elder. You use tobacco. It's a proper protocol. So when I make a song, the proper protocol for me would be is to sit down, I smudge my drum, and I ask singers from the past, singers that have come before me, to help me, to show me something, and it comes, but sometimes with this song, it was funny because I was trying to make really hard, really wanted to make a good song, and nothing came out, nothing at all came out until the actual day I was going to show a song, and I started hitting my drum, and I sang this song, and that was a song that was meant to give to them. And as I was singing, that was the first time that I ever sang it, and I really liked it. And of course, everybody else probably thought that I sat there for days and months, and went out on the mountain. I always tell that story. I wouldn't sat on a mountain and prayed to the gods, and they gave me the song, and I brought it to Janet. But really, it was just showing up and just singing and hoping something good comes out, and that's what it was meant. That the song. I'll show you guys that song right now, and that's the song that was meant to give to Alberta Parks. So, and it's an honor song, right? So when I start singing, maybe I'll get wherever you're at to stand up and. No, I'm just kidding. You don't got to stand up. I'll just show you guys the song, and I'm sure some of them might have already heard it if they're at the conferences in the last couple of years. So I'll sing a piece of the song that I made for Alberta Parks. So that's the song, and some of you might have heard it before. If you're, like I said, if you're at any of the conferences, that's what I usually open up with, and it's so with that song, right now, the ones that have the rights to sing that song is myself and anybody that was in that room that I sang it for, anybody part of the Alberta Parks, and that's their song, whatever they want to do with it. And when I talked about proper protocols and stuff we went through a song transfer. I just recently received the rights to do the transfers myself now, rather than having my uncles or whoever else to come in. I have those rights to transfer songs and to do the little ceremony that we have. So with this song, with Alberta Parks, it they have the full rights to do whatever they want with that song now, because we did it proper. And for me, it's it's like having the proper rights to sing a song gives more power to the song rather than just hearing something and just singing it out. So with that song, it's a song that I really enjoy singing. I sang it for we had my grandmother passed away from COVID a couple weeks ago, and I sang that song. She was when she was in the hospital. I got on the best way I could. Like I said, singing is medicine, and they've always liked hearing me sing. So I got on and I sang this song, and that's the song that came out. That's a song that I sang for the family, and you know they loved it. My grandma got to hear it before she passed, and it's just a song that's just always with me for some reason. I have a certain um, group of songs that I always have that I always sing when I'm going to sing this. These are the songs that when I'm driving, when I'm golfing, when I'm writing, when I'm working, I'll hum these songs, and I'm constantly singing. You know, I love doing it so much. I'm all the time. I'm constantly singing, trying to get myself better, make myself a better singer. Um, I don't know if there was some questions popping up. I don't know if still good. Oh, okay. Um, so I want to talk a little bit about the difference between a culture song, a ceremonial song, and a social song. So what I sang, it's an honor song, but it could still be classified as a social song because that song will not be sung inside of a sweat or inside of one of our holy ceremonies that we have. Those ceremonies that we have their own songs. Like I said, with us, we have a song for everything. Some of the stuff that we hold dear are we call them our bundles. They're stuff that our high society, the members of our societies, they own these things and take care of them. Like my parents, they're spiritual leaders for our nation, and they hold certain things that are real. My grandpa used to always use the word mystical in our ways because there's no word in our Blackfoot language to mean spirituality or Indian spirituality or anything like that. So my grandpa just always called it atsumuika. In our language, that means prayer. That's it. We don't have any word to mean, like I said, ceremonial or spiritual ways. We don't have that word. So all we have is prayer, right? And my grandpa always told me, keep it simple. And so in ways like that's what he did, and that's what he taught me. So with these songs that are sung in our ceremonies, there's a certain way you sing with them, and it's not just with a drum and a stick. Some of them was a drum and a rattle. You use a rattle. Rattles are made out of just hide into a certain. I'm sure you guys all seen a rattle before, and some of them are they're I wouldn't say they're hard to explain. It's just something that you need to see for yourself, right? And so when it comes to the cultural and the ceremony side of songs and singing, there's only so much I could say and explain because most of our teachings and learning is from learning from place, learning from watching, learning from hearing, and being there. And the ones that are there are the ones that are meant to be there. I grew up with my grandpa. When he's going to teach me something, all he'd tell me is sit here. And then I go and the next time he's doing it, he's telling me, well, you watched me, so now you do it. So everything I watched, I do what he watched. So what he was doing, he was giving me those rights to do those things and singing. Everything we had is like I said, there's a song for everything. So in our ceremony ways, we have songs to open stuff up, to open up ceremonies. We have songs, or we call them doorway songs, to where we're welcoming in. When we sing them, we're welcoming in our ancestors to come and join us and help us pray. Um, we have doorway songs. We have sets of songs. Most of the sets that we have are 4 songs that come together. Like, for example, I'll talk about, we have the doorway song, and then we have a entrance song, right? They might sound the same, but they're different, right? The doorway song, we're going to sing for them to come to the door. The entrance song is when we're inviting them in to come pray with us. So you got the doorway, you got the entrance song, and then you have the song to, I guess, like wake them up, wake up, get them going. I guess it's sometimes it's hard to explain certain stuff that we do in English because there's no real English translation for certain words, and every culture has that. And so I'm just explaining the best way I can without speaking Blackfoot the whole the whole video. Nobody will understand me. But the other song is an exit song. So that's a set that we'd use in our ceremonies that we hold. And we have ceremonies in our houses. We have them in our teepees. We set up teepees to have them. We've just finished going through our Sundance season. And to us, our Blackfoot people, that's our New Year. So we just had our New Year back in July. And right now, the tribe Kainai is having their New Year. That's our Sundance, our holy Sundance. Now with the social sides of singing songs, there's all types. Like I said, there's straight singing, there's contemporary singing, and then there's Southern singing. Those are the 3 styles of songs you're gonna see at a powwow. Now with the straight singing, what I sang with the honor song, that's a straight song. Now with the contemporary is where you're going to add words from whatever language it is, Sioux, Cree, Blackfoot, any language that tribes out there. Once you add words into it and there's a different style of beat, it changes it to a contemporary style of song. So I sang you a straight song, so I'm going to sing a little piece of a contemporary style song. The beat's a little bit different. It's a flatter beat. As a singer and a drummer, you notice those different types of beat. So with the song that I sang with the honor song, it has more of a straight Blackfoot beat. So it's like a 1-2, right? It has a little bit of your hand kind of bounces with it when you're going. The beat on a contemporary is just straight. It's just a straight. I always call it a flat beat. I don't like the straight contemporary beat. But anyways, so it's just a straight beat, like a 1-1-1, like that, I guess, if I could explain it. And so the song I'm going to sing is, well, I talked about my late brother passing away. He sang with a group. He was the founder of a group by the name, they call themselves Bullhorn. And they come from the Bullhorn area of the Blood tribe. And like I said, you could jump online and you could watch them. Their name's just Bullhorn, and this is a song that he made. He made this song when they went to Shakopee, Minnesota. Shakopee, Minnesota powwow is one of our bigger celebrations where it's an honor to go sing there because they only invite maybe 12 groups, and there's hundreds of groups out there. So if you get invited to this powwow, you're going somewhere. Your group's doing good, right? So Shakopee, Minnesota, they were invited there, and this is a song that he made for the group to sing when they're there. When they were there, the words in the song talk about the Siksika and Akainai, the Blood tribe, going someplace and letting somebody know they're there, like we're here, kind of thing. It's the song is kind of like you kicked open the door and let everyone know you're here, right? It's not just saying we're here. It's like a demand. We're here and we're gonna do something. So that's the word. So the first part of it's gonna be like I said, it'll be straight, and then you'll know when the words come in because you'll hear me actually saying Blackfoot word, and it's made in Blackfoot. So this is a song that my late brother made, and it's one of my favorites. This is another one of the songs that's always in my head, and I sing it all the time. So that would be an example of a contemporary style of song that contemporary groups would sing. So if you guys are looking at, if you guys want, like I said, if you guys want to go online and look for different groups, I'm sure if any group that you've heard of in Powell would be Northern Cree. They're another contemporary style drum group. Northern Cree, Black Lodge, Blackstone. These are names of groups that sing that contemporary style of song. Yet with straight groups, it's like myself, Blackfoot Confederacy, a group by the name Mandaree Singers, Young Bear. That's the straight style. Now Southern, I'm not going to sing Southern. I could sing it, but you know that's the Southern style of song comes from way down south, Oklahoma, Arizona, Utah. Those Southern states, that's where their style comes, and it's a real bassy style of singing. If you guys want to check it out, check out a group by the name of Wild Band of Comanches. Crazy name, but great singers. Listen to them. Thunder Hill. Let me see. Yeah, so check out those and you'll know what I mean by the style of the way they sing. I talked about protocols and how we the proper way to approach somebody. And like I said, with Janet giving the tobacco is very important for us in our culture. Once you go to an elder and you give them tobacco, right away they're going to know. And that's something for you guys too. If you're going to go to a Native or Indian elder out there and you're going to approach them and talk to them, or even just ask them a question, the stuff that you'll never just get a straight answer. They're going to give you a story behind what you're asking. So if you guys ever wondered about going up to an elder, when you get to an elder and you're going to ask them something, give them tobacco. I guarantee you 99% of the elders are going to know right away. As soon as they get tobacco, they're going to look at you. And when them looking at you, is they're acknowledging, letting you know that, okay, what are you going to ask me? Right? In our cultures, that's a big thing. You bring tobacco to one of our elders, right away they're going to know, or they're going to ask. Then you ask them, and then they're going to give you a story. They're not going to give you an answer. They'll give you a story. Now the story, you remember the story because there's going to be, whatever you're going to ask, you're going to receive 5 to 10 more stuff from the story that so you'll get your answer, but stuff that go with what you're asking them. So always remember, when you go approach an elder, bring them tobacco. Offer that tobacco, sweetgrass, because they're gonna know right away what you're gonna ask them something. So right there, everybody watching, there's your you guys got the rights to do that. Now, if they ever ask, to say that you learned it somewhere. You don't even have to mention me. Just say that's the way you were taught, and that's what you're gonna do. I don't know when we're gonna do. If there's questions, if you guys have questions, anything, just ask, and I'll answer them the best I can. And
so maybe do some powwow. What's powwow?
Powwow is a social gathering. When you look at a powwow, there's nothing spiritual about a powwow other than the opening prayer. The dances are all social dances, the different styles, different types of dancing. The songs there's no, we don't mix our ceremonies with our powwow. They're two different things. So when you go to a powwow, it's one big social gathering. And I imagine you guys have all been to a powwow. If you haven't, it's just when you go to a powwow, go to have fun, go to hang out. There's no specific rules for you to follow. Do we walk this way? Do we sit go and sit anywhere? If there's an open seat, sit down. If there's a blanket there, watch it for 10 minutes. If they're not there, move the blanket and sit down. That's what I do anyways. But my Indian people are bad for that, for putting up blankets at powwows and not sitting there all day. But as soon as you move their blanket, the whole family's there gonna want to fight you. So that's up to you guys if you want to fight or run. I'd run. So powwows are meant to bring good feelings. This is the first year ever that powwow has been canceled, and due to COVID precautions and stuff like that. And it's been hard. It's been really hard because that's what I do every year. Is I travel. I know exactly where this weekend would have been our celebration in Siksika. We would have been having our annual Run as One Youth conference. Would have started yesterday, and it would go all week and ending off with the powwow Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got the prizes they give out for singing is like $10,000 to $15,000 for the top placing drum group. And like in any other competition, we're judged. We have judges that come out and watch us on our beat, the harmony of the song, the style of song, and you accumulate points over the weekend. And on Sunday, you're rewarded. They usually reward the top 5 places with a cash reward. And last year our powwow was 10,000. So with 5 places, it went 10,000, 8, 6, 4, 2,000. All the way down. And most powwows are like that, but you have bigger powwows that pay out big money. I talked about the group Bullhorn. I went with them to a powwow in Edmonton in 2018, and it was in Edmonton Expo. First time they ever had this powwow, and it was huge. I mean, first place was given $30,000 for 3 days work, and it was won by Northern Cree. Northern Cree won that one, and we had groups from everywhere. The top groups you could think of in powwow country were all there, and we were the top placing Blackfoot group. I helped Bullhorn, and we placed 4th out of, I think there was 55 drum groups that showed up at this powwow. But Sunday, just the top 10 sang, and we're fortunate to get in there. And like I said, we placed 4th. I think we won like 18,000 or something for that. And the money is always like a bonus, and that's what I was taught. It's like it's a bonus, and we don't sing for the money. We go and we sing for the people that want to hear our music, and placing at the end of powwow and making money at the end is just an added bonus. I mean, we went to powwows to where we don't get in there, and, that's fine. That there's nothing wrong with that. Just as long as you go to sing and have fun. And that was the biggest message that I wanted to give out today is just to be happy when you hear the songs and when you sing, to respect anybody that's singing a song. We as singers, we see everything, especially when you're in front of the group singing for somebody. You see that person on their phone. You see the little kids and the older people staring right at you, listening to every sound come out of your mouth. We see everything. So what I'd say is when you see somebody singing, give them that respect to watch them, and because it's a hard job to get up in front and sing songs that are meant for people to hear. So with the powwow songs, it's there's so many. Like Black Lodge is one group that they made this tape called Kids Songs. Mm-hmm. So they have a Mickey Mouse song, they have a Donald Duck song, they have all kinds of songs. Ask Your Mom for 50 Cents, all types of songs they sing for. In our powwow, the youngest group we have is called the Tiny Tots, 6 and under, from 0 to 6 years old. And they usually start the powwow right after the grand entry. All the dancers come in. The first guys to hit the floor would be the little guys, the Tiny Tots. They're kind of like blessing the ground. So, and they always get a little bit of candy and a little gift for dancing. And then after you get done Tiny Tots and you move into the junior categories, the junior category is like 7 to 12 years old. right? And they have all the categories just like the adults: women's jingle, women's fancy, women's traditional, grass, men's traditional, men's fancy. So they have all those. And then once you're done juniors, then you move to the teen category, which is 13 to 17. And then after you're done the teen category, then you move on to the adult divisions. Now the adult divisions used to be adults 18 to 59 or 49, and then a golden age category. But now there's different categories. You have a junior adult category that usually ranges from the age of 18 to 35. And then you have a senior adult, 36 to 49. And then you have the golden age division of, the golden age division that's 50 and over. So everybody dances in their own age group, right? To give, just to break up, so you don't have 100 dancers on the floor all at once. But that's what our powwow is. It's just meant to be, like I said, a social gathering. If you guys go to a powwow, Sutina, when powwows come back, don't be afraid to go around and ask dancers stuff. Don't be afraid to approach a singer or a dancer and ask them a question. If you're going to approach a senior dancer, and you'll know the elder dancers, bring them tobacco. The younger ones, just go up to them and ask them, tell me I have a question, and they'll most will answer no problem. The worst thing you could do at a powwow is go to a drum group and sit down at the drum. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't walk through you see where they're sitting. Don't walk through them. Always go around them. Don't walk through the drum. Never ever, where the dancers are dancing, don't ever go to a drum group and turn the chair around to sit and watch. That's something that we don't really like. Ask one of the singers, could I sit here? And they're not going to say no. Yeah, go ahead, turn it on. But if you just come and turn around, I guarantee you someone's going to get on you and tell you not to do that. Maybe not in those words, but somebody will tell you not to do it. When I talked about traveling, my grandpa always told me, watch. When you go to a new place, watch. Learn what they do. Watch what they do, and don't disrespect their culture that you go into. So everywhere I've traveled different tribes, I've always went in with the same mind frame, same mindset of, I'm going to learn something here. I never go, of course I go wanting to showcase our style and how we sing, but I always go in with the mindset that I want to learn something. And that's the same thing that I tell my kids. Anything you get into, anything you're going to do, go in with that mindset that you're going to learn something. You're not going to teach something, you're going to learn something. And going in with that, it really opens my eyes and really makes me want to learn. And I do learn stuff from these cultures. So the teachers that I have at the drum are teachings that I've learned in everyday life. Just respect the drum, right? I was always told, don't bang the drum as hard as you can, right? Because, it's already dead. You don't need to kill it again. Just respect. The biggest thing when it comes to singing, when it comes to social singing or ceremony singing, is respect. Respecting the drum, respecting the singers, respecting the songs that you're going to sing, respect the people that you're singing for. And that was the biggest thing I was taught. And like I said earlier, I was talking about singing is medicine. Anytime I'm in a bind, anytime I'm not feeling well, like I said, I have my drum with me all the time, and I'll sing. And I've always felt good singing. I've always felt better singing. One of the other styles I never talked about, and it's specifically for the hand drum. Like, we have the big drum. You guys seen the big drums that we all sing around. But with the hand drum, it comes with a certain style, and the style comes from the Crees. It's the round dance singing, where you have with the big drum, you'll hear the beat like this, right? They're gonna sing, and that's where everybody joins hands, and you have a round dance, friendship dance, whatever you want to call it, and you dance, right? And with Blackfoots, we have the Blackfoot Owl Dance, and that's where you just dance with two people, like a two-step. Well, basically, it is a two-step. But with the Crees, the thing I find so cool about it is they have their own beat when it comes to round dance, and there's a couple of different ways they call. Some people call it a ring. Some people call it a scratch. But you're using your nail on the back of your drum, and you're hitting the hide, and it gives you this sound. See, all you're doing is just hitting that, and that's their style of singing. I talked about Northern Cree being one of the top drum groups out there, and they are. When you listen to their hand drum songs, they do it really, really well. With the hand drum singing, the round dance singing, there's two types of singing. There's the straight and then the contemporary, right? I've had the privilege of making my own CDs, and I have a CD that I put out before with my very own my own songs that I made. I'm gonna sing two songs for you, just real quick to demonstrate the two different styles of hand drum: the straight with no words, and then one with words. The first song I'm gonna sing just comes from my reserve, from Sixiga. It's an owl dance song, but I'm gonna sing it with that Cree round dance beat, and so it makes it it'll be, I guess, a hybrid style of song, right? Blackfoot style song with a Cree beat. Don't tell the old people, they might not really appreciate that, but I like the way it sounds. So the first song I'm gonna sing is, like I said, it's a straight Blackfoot song with that real cool Cree beat. The second song I'm gonna sing is well, I'll talk about that one before we sing it. So here's the straight song. Yeah. So that's the straight style. Now the song I'm going to sing now is one of my all-time favorite songs. Back in 2005, I lost a brother through singing, and he was phenomenal when it comes to making songs, round dance songs with words. So with this song, we made the straight part and then added words into it after. I added the words in after he passed away. He was on the way to a gig. We were doing AFN meetings, and had this big powwow in Calgary for all the national chiefs. They had this big national chief gathering, and he was on his way up, and he ended up getting into a car accident, and him and his three kids, they all passed away together in that same accident. The week before I made this song, we sat and we were working on this song. He had the start of it, and he asked me, "Why don't you add some words to it?" When I was younger, I used to like writing poems, and there was this one in particular that he liked, and at the time, I never had that in mind, but he just told me, "Well, here's some of it, and so you finish it, and when you finish it, we'll sing it together." He goes, "Just add whatever word you think will be sound cool." So all right, so I did it, and the words never came. I never added this poem that I wrote to the song until after he passed, and he never. Well, I believe he got to hear the finished product. You know, wherever he was at, he heard it, but I never got to sing it with him. So this is the song that I made with my brother, and same thing. It has that beat, that style of song. So. So many songs in my head all the time. can't remember it now. Maybe he doesn't want me to sing it just yet. Maybe I'm not supposed to show you guys. So sorry. I've always joked with Janet about that. I always tell her I never know what I'm going to sing until it comes out, and I have songs in my head that I pre-plan to sing, and it never works out that way. And sometimes songs will hide from you. There's, like I talked about, the certain songs we have, the chief song, the princess song. Sometimes you've sang them so many years, and then all of a sudden you can't remember them, right? So, okay, I think I remember that. I'm gonna be here for you, baby. I wanna be your everything. I wanna love somebody like you. 'Cause I know we belong together forever like true lovers do. Hey oh, hey oh, hey oh. So that song was a combination of singing and just a poem that I wrote, and I was able to find the right melody, the proper harmony for that song, and it's a song that I sang publicly yet, right? Not just not ready for it. So I don't know if there's any questions, or I guess that's a good thing. So I hope you guys learned a little bit of something today from what I was from the session today here. You know, by all means, if you guys have more questions, let Janet know. Anything you want to know about singing, you know, she could give you my email, whatever, and don't be afraid to ask. Right? I love sharing my culture. I love sharing singing. So if you guys ever have any questions on powwow or proper protocols, stuff like that, you could get a hold of Janet, and, you know, or even get a hold of me, and just ask. Don't be afraid to ask. You know, that's how we learn. We learn from asking. We don't learn from sitting at home and wondering, right? So you're going to learn from asking. So don't be afraid to ask. So with that, I really appreciate you guys hanging in there and listening to me ramble on, talk about, just give you a little piece of what I love to do. So with that, have a good day, and here's Jen.
All right, so I'm going to give you this as a gift. Thank you so much for all of that. And if you go over there, I'll take off my mask.
Yes.
Unplug you. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Of course, Spike, that song made me cry. And I think one of the ongoing jokes with Spike and myself is that if I'm not crying at one point when he's singing, then it hasn't been a good day. So I just wanted to thank him for all of the learnings. Like, I learned so much, and I'm around Spike a fair amount and the elders, and so that was an amazing story, an amazing journey for us. And so I just wanted to thank him again. I also wanted to thank all of you for joining us. This is recorded, and so it will be on our website. We all will get connections to that, but you could also then tell more people, because there's more opportunities to learn. So you could spread the word once the recording goes up, and other people can also learn from Spike as well. So thank you again to Spike for coming and joining us today. And thank you for your time, and the learnings and the journey will continue. So have a very good day. Thank you.